I have a lot of different journals going on at once. This one is my journal that I just write in when I take this in my purse. I write in this when I'm usually when I'm feeling down, or I have a problem I want to solve, or sometimes honestly just like a Dear Diary type of situation, just to record events, record what's going on in my life, some things the kids are doing maybe. It's just my place where I write stuff. Obviously it's personal, so I'm not going to get into that, but it's just my place where I write things. Also, if I'm taking a class and I want to take notes, a class that has a creative bent, maybe an online thing, or I'm trying to brainstorm about my business or something like that, I will often do that in here. So I do always have a written one going. This one, let's see. This is my older. By the way, I want to say another thing about this. I am almost done with this one, and I love it when I'm almost done with a journal, because by the time I'm at the end of a written journal, I'm sick of the type of journal it's in. So I am ready for a new kind. So next time I might get a little spiral or something, but I like the idea of filling one up and then going on to a new one. By the way, I've kept a journal since I was in the 3rd grade. So I have all of them except one. I actually still think about that one little pink one that's missing, but I have kept a journal since 3rd grade, so that's something kind of fun. I was going to say this is an older art journal. This one's almost done. In fact, it might be done. Nope, it's almost done. And this one I started back in, I want to say, 2017. So it's been about 2 years. And it's quite a big sized one. This is, I always have my students do little bubbles where we leave places for warm-ups when we do an art journaling class. And so that's what that is. And so you can see I still have 3-4 more bubbles that I can fill in when I just want to do a quick warm-up or a quick jot. By the way, this is my first check that I ever got from a national magazine article that I wrote, so that was exciting. So I stuck that in there. Anyway, it's still ongoing. There's still room in it that I could do things. This is a Christmas thing I did once that I never finished. So my journals are usually like kind of half done. This is a fun, oh geez Louise, this is a fun page that I did with Gwen LaFleur products. That isn't finished. It has no writing on it, has no journaling, just has the text. I mean, missing the text, just has the art. This is the page that I did in a class once, and again, it does not have its text yet. I do that a lot, where I just got the art and not the text yet. Let's see if I can get a better look at this. A really fun stencil that I enjoyed using. Some work I did when I was planning my studio reno. Some stuff from Joy of the Journey Camp. Anyway, lots of times there are just backgrounds and the journaling has not happened yet. School days page about different times in your schooling. So anyway, this is one that I'm always working in, and it's quite a large scale one, so I am interested sometimes in the scale of things. But this one is almost done, so I even marked 2019 up here because I know that I would like to delineate that and move into the next chunk of time here. This is one I did at the end of the fall. And this one is my new one that we will be starting a series of art journaling classes coming up here on Friday night. And it's part of my series this year, monthly art journal class, open to the public. Anybody who wants to sign up, check out my website. It's kerrymolina.com. And you'll see that you can buy them in a bundle or you can buy them individually. But I showed in a previous video that I gessoed the cover of this with black gesso, and for me it's exciting to have a blank slate there in order to be able to add some collage there, some paint. And this is the first page that I have done. This is in conjunction with the second article that I'm doing for the Lifestyle magazine that I talked about in my last video. This was the January edition, and February's will be out soon, obviously. And the February one is all about art journaling. And this is the piece that I did, the page that I did for that article. So, like I said, this class starts on Friday, this coming Friday night, and we have many, many blank pages to fill this year for that. And last but not least, this is a little video that a little journal that I'm always working in because I have it. I use this as called my junk. I just call it my junk journal because it's always to my left when I'm creating downstairs in the studio. I'm in my office right now, and it is a place where I just kind of put the paint that is left over from projects that I do. So I'm working on a project and I have a palette of paint, and when I'm done, I don't want to leave the paint there. I can't stand that feeling. I feel like it's wasteful. So I paint it into a journal. And that happens too with things that are stencils or stamps. If I feel like I still have paint or ink that I could be using up when I'm doing work with stamps or stencils, then I will also put that in here. And again, no journaling, but that's just something that I can always add later. I always have fingerprints too, because my fingers are always covered with paint, so I'm putting them down. And then, lo and behold, some journaling on that page showed up. Some journaling there, but not there. Watercolor, I was working with watercolor that day, obviously. Doodles. That page is a little ugly. Could use some more. This is, again, some extra paint that I had, some texture paste perhaps. This is quite rough right here, and I did end up putting a quote there, planning out some things. I think I showed this in another video briefly. This is actually paint, leftover paint on a palette that I was able to peel off the palette and glued that in there. Maybe I'll glue some other times that happens, glue those in there and make it just look like an abstract, using the leftover paint from a palette that has dried. Sometimes I practice what you preach. Sometimes I just practice a page that I'm about to teach. So anyway, I have a little junk. This is almost done too. So see, I'm breaking into some new journals pretty soon, but this is my junk journal that's always with me when I am creating art. So here is my pile of journals at the moment, and I definitely have some other ones downstairs as well, but you don't want to go too crazy, so I'm trying to fill these last, well, this one's new, but trying to fill these last guys up, and then I will be breaking out this new one and probably some other new ones that I'm sure I will be sharing with you along the way. So happy journaling.